I did not.
Did you know that was a Jewish thing?
Look at me, dude. Of course I knew that.
Hi, welcome. God damn.
Well,
Are we chilling?
Yep, good.
All right. Hi, welcome to Your Thoughts Podcast. I'm Jesse Martinez.
And this is Tyler Beck.
And this is Jacob.
Santoro.
almost.
Santoro.
Thank you.
Hi.
Hi.
Jacob's a comedian from somewhere or another, and he does comedy
Sometimes.
every now and again.
Every now and again.
When he's not playing guitar or wearing suspenders or having a girlfriend.
Man, you're just knocking all the topics right down in a row like
I'm
a
gonna
thesis
talk for
statement.
him. Here it is. What's going on, man?
It's going good.
Yeah.
You guys, I've never been here. I've lived in Arizona
Welcome.
for 23 years,
You've
minus
never been
the California.
in this apartment?
Well, I've never been in this area.
Oh.
Doesn't
In
even exist to
Tempe.
me. I've
Yeah.
never gone really past Tempe Town Lake, so
You've lived in Arizona for this long. You've never been in this apartment. Are you shitting me?
no, never. It's very
In this
historic.
particular spot.
Let me just say I'm happy to
Stupid.
be here, man.
Thank
Happy
you.
to-
I appreciate it. We're happy that you're here. We have
Thank you.
Jay manning the cameras. What's good? What up, I'm not sure what his real name is, but I'm sure his mom wasn't like, this looks like a Jay. We're drinking Dos Sakis. Sponsor us. So, no, get out of here. I'm not an alcoholic.
Dilly dilly. Oh, that's Bud Light.
Dilly, dilly,
oh,
dilly,
shit.
dilly, dilly.
Fucked it up.
You can't do that on stage, man. Jacob here does stand-up comedy for people who stand up.
Oh, credits. That's fantastic.
No one in wheelchairs. No one without legs.
No,
it's
not
kind
allowed.
of a cool thing.
Personally, not allowed. Not allowed.
He's
to
not
play.
a sit-down comic. What do you want from him?
I tend to be. I'm a
Yeah.
big boy. I don't know if you could tell.
You're not that big.
I like to sit
You're
down.
not like my 600-pound life big, you know?
No, I'm
Actually,
working
I
on
might have
it.
seen you on there. That was a good episode.
I'm working on it. It's a goal. It's a goal. Anything to get on
600
TV at this point, I'm
trying to get up to
yeah.
600 pounds.
very
That's a
hungry.
good goal.
Media-wise and food-wise.
Yeah,
so
definitely. First off, Tyler, what's going on with you these days? I haven't talked to you in about a week.
Actually, I have a few questions for you.
Oh.
Dick.
We don't
I
talk
wanna
about
know
him.
how
We're talking
he's
about me.
doing.
Where have you performed?
Well, I actually just got back from Los Angeles. I lived there for about a year now. Performed all over there, Santa Monica. Here, actually, we're doing a lot of shows down at Toso's on the Union Hills in the 17, kind of really far from you guys, but it's a great show.
I drive 7 hours.
It's
a
actually,
commute. It's not that far.
to me, everything's far here.
I'm saying that's how far I would go.
It's like maybe 45 minutes away from here.
It's so far. California, everything's like you'd think it's far, but it's
if
a bus
you
ride.
don't have
or-
a car here, you shouldn't live here. That's
Well,
the thing.
Yeah, it's impossible.
The light rail can take you pretty far if you
wanna get
only need to
mugged
go
by a
anywhere near
naked
the light
lady
rail.
saying that
Are we talking about your girlfriend or your vehicle?
A combination.
Okay. I was
my
like,
girlfriend is my vehicle.
That's
you
very
fucking
sweet.
asshole.
I take her
very
everywhere.
That's really sweet.
The light rail.
He takes her around town.
I'm
if
too
you know what I
afraid.
mean.
Too afraid to take the light rail.
It's scary.
It's
Well, it's one
pretty
thing-
funny.
It's one thing
Like,
I learned about moving back here. Being now that I'm officially back, it's like I'm trying to not use my truck as much as possible. And I will say, guys, the LA Metro is a godsend compared to the Phoenix light rail. So scary, especially where I'm from. I'm on 19th and Northern, and that's just crack
Wow.
central.
Yeah.
And,
I think that's really saying something.
yeah, because no one messed with me in LA, but here everyone's so baked by the sun. It's like I can mess with this guy and go to jail, or I could steal his fake gold chain. They
We
don't
were
know.
like, damn, look at how bad LA looks. How can we beat that?
yeah.
Valley Metro.
You just,
Just throw in some meth.
It's a different kind of crazy. Here, no one cares. In California, it's all psychological crazy. My first time in LA actually taking that light rail, I was sitting down waiting for the train, and this homeless guy comes and staggers up, and he's like shuffling up and down, and he kind of looks at me, and he looks at where the tracks are, and he goes, if we jumped together, no one would even know.
That did not happen to you. You're
I
an
swear,
asshole
and
for
that was my
lying to me.
first time in LA, and being like someone who wanted to be like in the scene, and like I'm like, am I gonna be this guy in 2 years?
Like, I'm also a stand-up comedian. I can tell.
Yeah, I just finished a set and I just want to fucking kill myself.
It did not. It went really good, as good as it could go. Now I want to die.
It went so good. I'm back in Phoenix. That's how good it went. So
I had a really bad experience on the light rail. There was this big black dude wearing nothing but a vest, like a
okay.
construction worker vest,
Uh-huh.
like a neon green vest,
Ooh.
and
Because most construction workers are homeless out here. It's true.
a giant silver cross,
Uh-huh.
just no shirt,
How big?
a silver cross, and a vest.
Mhm.
He came and sat in front of me. Before he came and sat in front of me, he was doing like pull-ups, like way down
me
there.
about this. I
And he
remember.
came and
I
sat
got
in front of me, and then he turned around.
Uh-huh.
He was looking at me. He's like, "Fuck you, fuck you, bitch,
No.
fuck you, fuck you, bitch." I would take my sunglasses off. I'd be like, "Can I help you?"
That's ballsy.
You don't talk
And
to
he
him.
wouldn't do anything.
That could have been your last words. Can I help you?
And then
You would have been.
He threw like a
and
cigarette
jerking
butt at
off
me.
with, like, your throat.
You would have been. You were maybe one alternate reality away from being on a milk carton, my man. That was very ballsy.
Where's Tyler? We know where Tyler.
You know, it's the one thing I learned about California is if someone talks to you, you don't say anything. So.
Hey, let me get $1.
Nope.
No, you
thank-
want my soul. That's
You
what
walk
she
faster.
Well, the thing was, he was
Dollar is
looking
code
at
for
me.
soul.
He was sitting in front of me in a
Uh-huh.
seat that faces this way, looking around.
Oh, so he's looking for it.
And I had my headphone in. I was
Uh-huh.
reading a book. I had sunglasses on. Like,
Uh-huh.
I was trying not to associate with anybody. And he was just like, fuck you.
Yeah.
Fuck you, bitch. Fuck you.
Man,
But
look,
he was sizing
not,
you up.
Not actually saying it to
Mm.
me, just saying it while looking at me.
What
and
I'm-
I would be like,
He's got to do the
guys,
double take.
guys, listen. Leave the guy alone.
You actually-
Everybody,
you know this dude.
yeah, everybody was. They free associate however they want. You know, and if
Free
that guy just wants
associate.
to tell you fuck off, he's just free associating in his own way. You know,
Yeah.
like Jay wears shirts that are a little too short.
Yeah.
That's just free associating.
We're talking
you know?
about that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that came up.
So
You know, I think it was because of your stature. You know, I think because like, if I'm being honest with you, if I had to get in a
it's
fight with someone,
standoffish, right?
I'm
Yeah.
not that much bigger than you, but I'm bigger than you. You know what I'm saying?
You
so
are
maybe like if
extremely
you.
bigger
If well, this isn't about hurting my feelings right now. This is just. This is
Jay's
about
bigger than him. Jay's probably 95 pounds.
I thought comedians don't have feelings.
You would think actually they're some of the most sensitive people on the
Do
planet.
you think when Louis C.K. was jerking off in front of those girls and they didn't like it, his feelings weren't hurt? Are you serious right now? He's like,
well,
"Why
now you're
don't
just
you
getting
like
crazy. You're
this?"
getting very avant-garde on this podcast.
Are you allowed to talk about stuff like that as a stand-up?
Yeah.
comedian? He loved that.
Yeah, let me
shit.
just say
Nothing is off topic.
Let me just
as
say this is
stand-up
my favorite
comedian.
thing is as soon as I tell someone I do comedy, I don't even say I'm a comedian. It's like, oh, I've done comedy. They're like, what is Richard Pryor like? I'm like, I don't fucking who is that? You know what I mean? Just, I know who it is, but it's just like everyone's every time as soon as you tell someone like I do comedy, it's like, have you ever heard of?
It's like every time you go, oh, I want to be a stand-up comedian. Somebody's like, all right, let's go. We got to go talk to Richard Pryor. see if
yeah,
everything's
it's
good."
like, oh, what is Joe Rogan doing? I don't fucking know,
Being
dude. Being
bald?
way more
What do you
successful
want?
than me. Fucking- I have no idea.
There's
you know,
different tiers.
yeah. It always comes with like it always is like the family thing or like, you know, you tell people you do that. And it's like, oh, I could never do that. But, and then 20 minutes till they'll be like, oh, I got the best joke for you. I could never do, listen, dude, it's hilarious. And you're like, okay. You know, it's like, you'll tell me, I'm like, great, man. Thanks.
It's not
Is
even
it usually good?
Like, you're right. You can't do it.
There's been a couple. My number one marketing campaign manager is my mom. She's always, and my stepdad, they're always like, oh my God, I work today. I'm like, don't. Just like because they want me to say it on stage, and it's like I can't talk about me being a 42-year-old woman at my desk job
You're
at a
not
car
a
dealership.
42-year-old
I'm not.
woman?
Contrary to belief, I'm not. I do identify as a male.
Damn.
You could spin the joke to be like,
Don't
me
tell him
at
how to
my
do his
desk
goddamn
job.
job. Let him be.
I mean, it'd
He's
probably
not
be
gonna
better than
a
what I'm doing
47.
with it. I mean,
His
I'll hire
mom-
at this point, I'll take anybody, any jokes. I mean. And let me
His
just
mom
say, I
tells him.
will not give you credit. I will not. If that's the joke that brings you to the top,
It's my
who are
joke.
you?
Yeah. I put a different word somewhere else as my fucking joke. So is it so? Okay, I'm gonna ask you a couple questions about your early days. How long have you been doing that?
I've been doing comedy for about 2 years now. So
2
I'm
whole
still
years?
fairly new.
How long have you been thinking about doing comedy?
Oh my God, since I was 10 years old.
What made you at 10 years old? What were you like? I
Well-
want to be an asshole in front of people.
Well, my first thought was because I was an only child and I already was, the center of like attention. Like, look at me, I'm hilarious.
that
And then
shit.
literally after that first thought, my little sister was born. So I hated her
Mhm.
because she took all the attention.
I hate her
But
too.
my dad's or my friend's dad was really into like Bill Hicks and George Carlin and stuff like that. It's like they were so funny to me, and I would
old
pass
school,
these jokes
yeah.
on to like kids at school. We don't know what we're talking about. I'm like, politics, am I right? Everyone's like, yeah, cool. Like we were talking about, it's like when you listen to G.G. Allen when you're 12 years old,
Yeah.
it's like you listen to the song "Needle Up My Cock" and it's like, yeah, fuck yeah.
I relate, even though I don't own a
Time
needle.
for school, Jacob. Coming, mom. You know what I mean? But I've wanted to do it forever.
G.G. Allen.
we had a huge talk about it just a second ago. I want his mustache.
I
Anyway.
noticed it's
No, I don't want it on me. I want to have the
like you
mustache.
want the mustache.
Like I want it in a bag.
It's like
Shaved
wall.
off and stuck onto my face.
like Lance Armstrong's testicle.
Yeah.
You know, it's
Yep.
like Walt Disney's head.
Mhm.
G.G. Allen's mustache.
I'm sure there was
Like-
still a whole bunch of hooker piss.
Oh, yeah.
in his mustache. I probably could have got a couple.
Nah,
uses
he's
out
like
of it.
straight edge. He didn't mess around with no hookers.
Right? Yeah. G.G. Allen was probably. The
He
most
had a
straight edge.
girlfriend.
He was the lead singer of Fugazi. He really. Like, nobody knows that.
And with that, we'll be right back. We'll talk more about G.G. Allen.
That's not what we're here for. That's what I'm here for. But it's not what's gonna happen.
Some hardcore punk is like, fuck you.
Okay, so you were 10 years old. You had a sister. We all hate her.
I love Emily very much. She'll listen to this never, but
I'll
to
make
clear
her
my
listen to
clear
it.
my clear my conscience.
And then so 2 years ago, you were like, "Fuck it, I'm gonna try."
Well, I was drunk on Mill Avenue.
That's the only way to do it. I don't
I
understand.
was drunk on Mill Avenue. I just got done seeing a friend, and I was walking back, you know, to get my lift, and I see that there was a open mic at the it was right underneath the now closed Endgame bar. I don't know if you guys
Talking
ever been
about
there.
on Mill.
Mill Avenue.
What's
Endgame.
it now? Do you know? I work.
I
on
have
Mill.
no. I have
Fucking-
no idea. I
There's a
don't know.
comedy club on Mill?
No, it was like a
An
little
open
bar,
mic.
like you have a little stage. You could do poetry or
Was
whatever.
it
Oh,
underground?
nice.
No, it was right off the street. That's what's driving me crazy. We'll have to go there. I'll have to find
We
where,
will
where-
have to go there.
where my roots
Me and
were.
you, we're gonna go there.
Yeah, we're gonna go. And I just decided to go, and I had nothing prepared. I was like, I'm just gonna do it, and I went up there. I said nothing. I was so drunk, and I was just like, "Am I right?" You know what I mean? And it was so bad, and my ego. You know, you have like those like, "All right," you know, like the little tiny claps. And
Thanks for being up there, man. Like
I came
glad you
home.
gave
I
it a
came
try.
home, and I woke up the next day. I was like, "Well, I'm gonna do this now forever." So that was fantastic.
I hated that so much that I have to do it now.
Yeah.
I've had that thought.
You okay?
Okay. I'll
Is it
cry
kicking
a
in?
little, but
You
yeah.
feeling it
Yeah,
now?
it's- ouch.
Oh,
So,
shit.
I guess my next question
Whoa.
is, do you like it?
Yeah, I like it in the sense because I just like saying again. I just like everyone listening to me. I like everyone.
So,
oh my god.
okay, well, you say that. I'm going to challenge you a little bit here, so don't be offended.
Uh-huh.
Please don't be offended. You
Can
can't
we
be
just hold
offended
on for a
comedian.
second and talk about the crazy?
No,
Yeah.
we're not going to
Oh
do
my
that. It's
God.
monsoon season. Get used to it. God damn it.
Holy,
God damn it.
holy shit!
I hope this doesn't break my window.
I know that's what
hope
I'm
it-
waiting for.
If
That'd be
it
a,
broke your window, we would have a very successful podcast.
That would be a
I
really
think.
cool podcast
Yeah,
to
it would
listen
be
to.
very good.
The title
Oh my God, what's
title
it's gonna-
is
that's what's gonna jumpstart my career.
with the title is
Are
window
those clowns?
title is window breaks like 2 minutes in.
Yeah, just fast forward to 2 minutes in.
Oh, okay. So, God damn it! I lost my train of thought because of this bullshit, and that's my first one of this podcast.
It happens every single
Every
podcast.
Single one.
It's okay.
I'm gonna tell everybody that comes on.
It's okay.
You like it?
I love
that was
it.
the last point. And then you said, "Oh, why?" You said
Why do I
because-
like it?
So, center
Why?
of attention. Right now, we're the center of attention, and we're doing a podcast. And it's
It
not
sounds so
always
bad.
funny.
I don't edit it to where I'm just like, why do you like it? Center of attention. All right, well that was Jacob.
You're looking at me. I like that. But my thing is, you could be anybody and be at the center of attention. You
Yeah.
could be like an anti-gay rights protest and be the center of attention. You know?
Yeah.
But you chose comedy. Why?
I think because I think it was because when I would post something funny on Facebook or Twitter, I think it's more satisfactory to say that exact same thing online and get actual laughs. You know, I think we've all been on Facebook and been like, "Oh my god, I'm laughing, LMAO, I'm dying," and you're just kind of like, you know what I mean? Where it's like, I feel like if I said it in real life and you laugh, we're gonna the roof's gonna fucking come down on this place right now.
We're getting the tail end of a. This is like
This is the
California
beginning.
monsoon
I was like, this is the
season.
beginning. I was driving here. I was like, oh shit. There's a-
California monsoon season. We're getting like an 800th of what California gets, and this is scary
Yeah.
to us. This
Well,
is
we got
fucking
fires.
terrifying.
We got fires.
You do
You
have
guys
fires.
They don't get
I
rain
don't
in
know, Payson was
California.
on fire a couple of months ago.
Oh shit.
I don't know if you've been to California or
You
heard
know
about.
I've never been
heard
to
about the
California except
drought.
for those 2 times I've been to California.
There is no water in California.
Yeah, we're very thirsty.
Don't say we. You're here. Hello. This is. Not,
I was very thirsty.
This is not Tyler's apartment in California. It's Tyler's apartment.
Then
in
I went to
Arizona.
Arizona and I was still kind of thirsty.
Now I'm just dry,
Yeah.
and I gotta moisturize more.
Do you know what's crazy about being here is that the rest of your body will be dry, but for some reason your balls will be the wettest thing
Oh,
that
guaranteed.
ever lived in your entire. It's like this heat only exists right here.
I'm 250 pounds, my guy. There's,
You are not 250
you wanna-
pounds.
dude? I'll put a scale on right now.
You won't. You don't.
Yep.
You got a pocket scale. In case everybody's like,
Shit.
no way.
Shit, you got me.
Yeah.
Fuck.
I have a pocket scale, so let's do this.
I guess like to get back what we were saying is that it was just cool. Like it was just something cool about I would sit in at my house and just write stuff, and like even if it didn't work, it was cool. There was something about like I crave now that uncomfortable silence. Those are my favorite shows. My favorite shows are these open mics with 10 people in them, and they're all other open micers, and they don't find you funny. And I'm like, all right, I'm out of here. You know, those are the best. Because I've done maybe 2 shows in my life that were maybe about 200 people. I've wanted to throw up both times. You know.
We should open up some windows and like yell this podcast.
Make it sound like we're just coming to you live.
We're in the middle of this storm here.
The sight that we see is unmeasurable.
It's really not that bad.
Oh shit.
Dude, that's
It's like
big
that scene
tree.
in it's like that scene in Poltergeist with the tree.
Poltergeist.
Poltergeist. And Poultrygeist. I'm just hungry, you guys. That's what I was saying. Fuck.
Mama ghost chicken.
Poultrygeist. That's my untitled. That's actually my new sequel I'm working on. It's not sponsored.
Poltergeist. So okay, so that brings up something out of nowhere that I wasn't even ready to talk about. So you write material. Every comedian writes material.
Mm-hmm.
How much do you think, and even in your own experience, in a situation like that where you were just being an idiot for like 3 seconds, and then you're like, yellow pad, I need to write that down. You know?
It's more situational from people that I meet and or I've experienced in day-to-day life. Like it's funny you say that. I do keep like a little notepad. I can't keep it on my phone because it'll be gone. I'll lose it, or something like that. I have to have like a
damn government. I get it.
Like it's dumb shit. Like I said, I live on 19th and Northern. I was driving to the 101, and a guy just runs out on the street and just like power stances. Oh.
What? Good thing we're not plugged into any power. We could do this in the dark if we need to.
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
We might have to.
That'd be cool.
That was the power going out.
Wow.
Kind of.
Yeah,
What a podcast,
flickered.
man. I'm stoked. You did not. Shut the fuck up, man.
If anything, we could sell this for like a Poultrygeist.
There were dead chickens running around everywhere. It's fucking crazy.
But I mean, it's like he stood there and just like power stance, like almost like the Joker in the Dark Knight. He's like, I want you to hit me. I'm like, this guy's not gonna like just stay there. I had to swerve. It's like that kind of shit. I had to pull from like, oh fuck, like I gotta write that down. You know what I mean? Or
Was
it's
he
just
naked?
no,
Wasn't
he
worth
wasn't.
even talking about. I can tell you that.
A lot of it, I think, also is more like a therapy session for me. I think because I'm not ashamed, like to talk about things, and I think you get humor from the normalness of your life, little
Right.
dumb shit. Like the other day, I was so stoned, I forgot who my favorite porn star was, and I had to help Google.
You did
Or
not-
Google.
That's not something.
No,
you
dude,
forget.
I had
No.
to, and Google had to help me, kind of put like an APB out. You know what I mean?
What
Like
do I usually look up to jack off?
kind of like it was kind of like a game of Guess Who with Google and this girl.
What's her
and,
name? I bet I know her. I bet I jerk off to her a lot.
Her name is. It's one name.
You can't.
It's Siri. That's her name.
Siri.
I swear to God.
He jerks off to disembodied persons. That's real cool.
Wow, if I had a nickel for
Real
every time
cool,
someone
you
said
guy.
that.
Come
No,
on.
her name. Yeah, it's her name. And for some reason, I couldn't remember that. I'm a Motorola user, so how am I going to remember that?
Hey Siri. Oh wait.
Siri,
guys
look
talk, I'm
up
looking
look
up
up
Siri real
POV
quick.
Siri,
How do you
please.
spell it?
SIRI, dude.
No way.
I guarantee you. If
Pornhub?
you.
Is that your go-to?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, cool.
Google incognito mode is my go-to.
I will let anybody see anything I'm looking at. Fucking sue me. I don't give a shit.
Not on YouTube.
It's always really
You know
weird.
what I do? This is absolutely true. I'm very paranoid that
Uh-huh.
people are looking at me through my phone,
Uh-huh.
but it doesn't like distract my day to day. If
Yeah.
I'm jerking off, you're gonna see that shit.
You think?
And also, if you're looking at me, you're gonna see my asshole at least once. So I'll just be done jerking off, and then I'll be like this.
You jerk off fully naked?
No, but I get my asshole out. Just
You
like-
can put your asshole. It's just like got
Yeah.
pants down,
Just like,
asshole out.
It's not illegal for me to do what I'm doing, and if you're gonna look at me, you're gonna look at me. I don't like half-ass people. You know what I
Right.
mean?
Don't show YouTube.
Shh.
It's not YouTube.
I'm looking it up right now. This might be my go-to tonight when my girlfriend's asleep.
She's hot.
Not. Is she hot?
She's hot. I wouldn't do it to a not. I mean, it depends. But not my girlfriend's gonna hear this. And that's your
Super
favorite.
slut POV. Ooh.
Yeah.
Ooh, I don't like.
No.
I mean, she's got a
Don't.
good face.
What does that mean? I feel like you're insulting my wife right now.
Your wife does not look like this.
No, she doesn't.
Is this your wife?
No, it's not my wife.
Is that you?
No.
Man, you lost a lot of weight.
Thank you. Yeah. After we stopped, I put on a lot of weight.
You weren't burning off those calories by taking all those dicks. I get it. But Very cool.
You know, that was the one last thing. That was the one thing that stopped me from doing pornography. That was one thing I had a quick 2 minutes when I was 18, and it was only for the fact that I was still not in the year 2018 where everyone's super cool and PC. Where it's like, you have to touch some dicks, right? Well, gotta find a new profession.
I don't want to touch dicks. I want to fuck.
Now it's cool. It's 2018. I'll touch a dick. I mean, if I have to, whatever.
Gun to your head, I would suck.
If I got to, if I got to.
2018. If I had a gun to my head and there's 18 dicks right here, you need to suck them all off. I'd be like, you know what? Fine. Okay. I've been waiting for this moment. I need an excuse to suck a dick. See if I like it. You know
this is the kind of quality podcasting that I was waiting a week and a half to do. So I'm very excited. I'm very excited. I told everyone I was going to be on TV. I was very excited to be on here.
Cool.
Yeah.
It's really interesting because this is not the regular.
Hey, you guys know podcasts? Yeah, I'm going to be on one. Isn't that awesome?
We've done one with Jay, the camera operator now, and
he broke his foot when that happened.
Yeah.
And we talked about it was
during the podcast? No. Oh. Is that going to happen to me?
I'm sorry. He's like, ah!
Oh shit!
But we've talked about Red for Ed with a teacher, and we've talked about
politics, with
religion.
Religion.
Yeah. So
shout outs to all those people that were on.
Across the board, we've done a lot of different topics, but
that's the other
not
thing.
Comedy yet.
That's the other thing that people always want to talk to me about because they're always like, "Oh, I bet you got some shit to say." You know what I mean? It's like I don't know, dude. I talk about really me and that's it. But people I have a friend that always texts me oh man, he sets me up. What do you think with this whole Comey thing, James? I'm like, who's that? Coney? That happened in 2012, dude. You know what I mean?
Don't talk about that shit. People died.
Yeah, when Tyler told me that, he's like, yeah, we talk about politics stuff like that. I'm like, oh shit. I'm just I feel first day on the job. I'm still learning. So
I think it's an unwritten law of the road. Where if you're talking politics and you're very serious about politics, leave comedians out of it. It's like
that's
30
not
minutes.
True.
100%, because it's 30 minutes.
George Carlin was completely politics.
Yeah, I think I get what you're both saying. Where it's
and Jimmy Dore is politics.
What I'm saying, but you don't go on a podcast where hey, we talk politics very seriously, and then you come on.
This one comes on. Oh shit!
This might happen.
No, I'm waiting for the loud boo.
When we all die, you can't hear that.
That's a fun fact. I'm terrified of thunder, you guys.
Are you really?
Oh, so
you piss
afraid.
Your pants?
That's why I wore the black pants.
Wow.
Not my white pants.
You piss black?
No, I piss yellow, but you don't see it. It was a topic I had on my buddy's podcast. We talked about our biggest irrational fears, and mine are just thunder and sharks. So
that's not irrational.
Can't watch Sharknado. That's what I'm saying. You know what I mean?
You are not that afraid,
dude.
Where you're watching Sharknado and you're looking in there's an open door and it's
no.
And you're is there a fucking shark in there?
But I go to the beach. I go no past my ankles. I don't fuck with it. I have a shark on my arm, and everyone says that, and I always have to give the douchey it's representing of overcoming your fears.
You ever just look at it and go, oh
yeah,
shit.
Oh, every time. Oh, God.
I thought there was a shark on me, dude.
Oh. No, but all my closest friends will send me videos of fucking shark attacks. There's that new Megalodon movie coming out.
Just gives you reason to be afraid.
Yeah, anxiety. They let me know that fears still exist, and we're all gonna die one day.
48 meters down or whatever.
I don't do any of that.
First off, it's cheesy. Mm-hmm. Also, I think you'd still be scared of it though.
I saw the movie. What was the movie with the girl?
That was a good movie.
And she gets stuck on the reef because that shark's follow around. You know what I'm talking about? It was a couple years ago.
Is it called Shark on the Reef?
No. But it's it's some true story. A late girl loses her arm and stuff like that. But I saw that because I wanted to take a girl on a date, and we went to the movies, and she wanted to see that. I almost had to call an ambulance because of a panic attack.
No
I swear to God.
Why are you so afraid of them? You've never even seen a shark.
It's you know what it really is? It's fish in general. I don't like things touching me.
Do you eat sushi? That'd be a good get back.
That's a power trip that I have though. Yeah.
Fuck you, shark.
Yeah.
You don't eat me. I
well,
eat
it's like Dimitri Martin once said. It's I'm not afraid. I'm afraid of sharks because they're in the water. But if one was on land, I'd be like, "Fuck you,
fuck you, shark."
You ain't gonna do anything."
Dimitri Martin's a good one. Okay, so that brings me to this
land shark.
And I know you were waiting for this. Yeah. So go ahead and answer it. Just answer it.
Who my favorites?
Yeah.
My favorites were always Louis C.K., George Carlin.
I'm gonna stop you there because I named my child after Louis C.K.
Did you really?
I did.
Wow.
It's Louis, and he's the only person I know that spells it that way. It's the French way. And Louis C.K. has always been, even after the dick stuff. Fuck it, I liked the dick stuff.
Oh, he's amazing.
The dick stuff was good.
He was amazing. Even after going back and listening to all of his old stuff where he talks about pulling his dick out, and you're like,
And then he did it.
Now you did it. Yeah. And you know, when I was younger, it was like the originals, like Eddie Murphy, George Carlin. Now that I'm kind of growing up, it's more like I love Tom Segura.
Segura's
Joe
hilarious.
Rogan.
It's like the comics.
Yeah, I love the comics.
Yeah.
I actually got to one of my first memories before I started doing comedy. Tom Segura was at Stand Up Live, and
You saw Tom Segura,
I was
dude?
so drunk.
No way.
I was so drunk, and I'm like that guy. I'm like, I'm a comic too. Like I'm gonna be, you know what I mean? And I felt so bad. The guy was so cool, and he's like, yeah,
Tom Segura's
all right.
cool.
Oh, he's such a great guy.
No way.
Oh, he's such a
God
great guy.
damn. I've heard everything.
I don't want. Also, for the record, I don't want to make it sound like I hang out with Tom Segura. I talked to him twice. He's
should
cool.
hang out with Tom Segura.
I would give my nut to. Let me tell you that.
Do you think Tom Segura is laying in his bed? He's just a comedian. You think he just
A
lays in
comedian?
bed? Shut up, dude. You think he just lays in bed and goes, people want to fucking hang out with me?
Oh yeah.
You think so?
I think there's like the trifecta of like him and Joe Rogan and like Bill Burr, who are all like the coolest people in the world, and they know it.
I don't know about
You
Bill
know?
Burr though.
Ari Shafir too.
Oh, I
who
love him.
hangs out with all of them.
I love him for the sole fact that for some reason my dad fucking hates Ari Shafir. I don't know why. I know he used to have that show, The Amazing Racist, and other than that, I have no what else.
I don't like that shit.
Well,
It's hilarious, but I always get this weird, like, my dick's like, dude, what are you doing right now? I don't like what you're seeing. And then
Yeah.
I'm like, I know. I'm ashamed. 'Cause
I've never
I-
seen that show actually.
I don't have a filter.
it's exactly what you think it is.
He's very racist.
Yeah.
For comical reasons.
There was a super shitty movie that came out in like
Movie
2013.
43 or
Movie
something
43.
like that. Yeah.
And Ari Shafir was in that doing the exact same
He did The
thing.
Amazing
And like,
Racist for a couple.
like have you seen that?
No.
He was like doing like he was a driver's
the
ed.
border.
Yeah.
He's at the border. That
He was a
illegal.
driver's ed teacher to like only Asians, and he had like stereotypical like squinty glasses on. He's like, "How do you see out of the like?" Yeah, that's Ari Shafir when he's not doing comedy. Well, I mean, doing comedy
Well,
too.
yeah.
He's-
It's not. It's real. I think that's real. That's like Bruno or
Yeah.
something like that, where it is real, and then people later are like, "Wow, I was in a movie."
right. You guys, I might have to. I think the end of the world's happening. I might have to live with you guys now.
Well, are we gonna?
I really hope it doesn't break my
If it's the end of the
window.
world, if it's the end of the world, let's discuss right now. Who do we fuck first? Because
Well,
I'm
me.
not going fucked.
I'm probably the most woman-like here. I mean, I'm at least the more like whole.
You see that fine piece of?
I
meat
wouldn't.
right
Oh,
there?
well, don't hurt my feelings. I mean, I'm just saying, like, I got the most like to hold. I think it's been.
You would be good to cuddle.
I have
And
boobs.
I
Jesse's
need-
got
you know what I
eyes
mean?
on
At the end of
you.
the world, I need a cuddle.
I mean,
That's what I'm saying.
when you're looking to feel boobs in the apocalypse, I mean, where else can you
I
look?
might not look it, but I might have bigger boobs than you have.
Oh, it's scissor. It's cool.
Okay, cool.
Somebody.
I don't know if we could say that
We could
we've been.
naked leg wrestle again.
You want to hear about that?
Yeah.
That's too bad because we're talking about you today.
Anyway,
No, we'll tell you about it. It's
Yeah,
very
yeah.
brief. We did we were really young.
And I
probably
was so
16. You were
drunk.
probably just
Oh,
turned
boy.
18, 17. We had like
I was drinking straight
20
vodka,
people
no
over.
chaser.
Oh
we
boy.
had like 20 people over. We did like the one time it was ever successful because after this it never happened again because we were like, that's fucking stupid. Everybody was just drunk enough that we got in a circle in his parents' living room.
We
during
played
a-
Truth or Dare.
Played Truth or Dare.
That's how stories happen.
And it was uncut. And like I got my dick sucked in front of like 20 people.
Oh, I thought you were talking
and,
about your
like,
dick. It was uncut.
We had
Right.
no, it's very cut. It's beautiful. Doctor did wonderfully. Like we had our buddy Steven. We had a glass table in the middle of everything.
Yeah.
I had to like look at his balls smash against the glass table.
Beautiful.
coming
Wasn't
out
that
of it.
Zane?
It was gorgeous. No, it was Steven.
Is this Steven?
We had Steven another ball one because we were stuck on his balls for like an hour. He had to put his balls to his butthole. We all had to look at it.
We had
a lot of
Austin
balls in
and
that
Zane
sentence.
kiss.
Austin and Zane
Wow.
kiss. So one of them, I don't remember who did it, but
You had
it
to get a
was-
paddling if you didn't do the
I
dare.
gave you a paddling.
What?
bare
How
naked
far did
butthole.
this truth or dare go?
It went so fucking
Oh
far.
my goodness.
We had to take our pants off in front of everyone and get on the
At
floor.
least 5 or 6
and
You
people.
learned a
naked
lot that
leg
day.
wrestle. I had to put my
Yeah, there were
many.
girls.
Well, I had my girlfriend
Okay.
was there. His girlfriend at the time was there. All of our girlfriends were there.
Well, I mean, if there wasn't, I don't judge, but you know.
My
I-
girlfriend.
My
and
girlfriend
Zane's
was not
girlfriend.
there.
Mm.
I wasn't dating Brandy, but I was like seeing
Were
Brandy.
you?
I think.
Anyway,
No, she was not there.
she's not the type that would have enjoyed that. She would have been like, I don't want to see all this asshole and ball sack.
She would not have been. She probably would have left.
Yeah, me too.
Man, this is like the ambiance for like a Tales from the Crypt kind of podcast tonight. Man.
a dark and
stormy Yeah.
night.
Our next
Tonight like this.
Our next guest is.
Our next guest is a comedian that we've never actually heard talk before. Anyway.
Oh my God! I just realized. You know where I know you from? You know where I know you from? Do you remember a girl from like high school years named Vanessa.
Hutchins?
No, like her, her last
her.
name was Phelps or Thielen.
Did you go to Skyline or something?
No.
That sucked.
Nope.
Okay, the only reason I say that is because I remember she wanted to be in a band, and she told me about maybe it was you. I don't remember, but I feel like I've known you since high school.
I think the only person, the only
What did she
female.
play?
She fucking sang like every other girl in high school.
Yeah, I think the only female that we ever wanted in the band was Katie, whatever her last name was.
Engelmeyer?
And
No.
that never even happened either. She did that guest spot. Remember that when
Oh,
we
yeah.
were playing the Underground?
Yeah.
And then who else did that for us? And they fucking sucked. You remember that? Also, the Underground.
Some random
It wasn't some random guy.
people
random-
did that at the firehouse too. Some random people.
Killer Clown dude was awesome. Hey, you look good.
I'm sweating my tits
wow,
off
dude.
up in here.
No, they're still there.
Yeah, they're still here. Yeah,
That's good.
Oh, that's gonna be on camera.
Look at that. You're an asshole. I love it.
Woo! I went to the gym today. I don't feel so bad.
Well, how long were you there?
I was there for like an hour and a half.
It's not enough, man.
I know.
Are we still rolling?
2 days is usually my whole thing. Oh, shit.
What about that one?
Okay. Hey, we're going to take a quick break, and you're also not going to see a lot of that video. We got too carried away, man. This was fun. We're going to take a quick break, and then we'll be right with you, all right?
Break time.
Break.
Just like this piece of shit to be on his fucking phone right now.
I know, dude. I've got so much connections and.
All
Hey,
right.
what's good? Hey, welcome back to whatever this is.
Your Thoughts podcast.
Yeah,
Woo.
is that what this is?
Yeah, I
I
think.
forgot.
At least I thought it was.
So what's on your mind?
With your host, Jacob.
I'm the new host. I'm the host now. We had a little bit of setback. I had to fire the other two guys.
Just
That would have been a better opening right there.
I signed the contract. They don't even know what the contract said.
They
I do.
they shysted me into signing a contract. I counter contracted them into saying, "Give me your podcast
They
and
had
all
no
of your
choice.
equipment." Yeah.
Now I own them and half of their shares.
Who
and
reads
also
a
their homes.
contract? I mean,
I brought my lawyer with so we could countersue.
The lawyer that we hired for him.
Yeah.
Fucking asshole. Yeah, welcome back. We have a cat now. Jacob doesn't have a shirt on. Well, he has too much shirt on, I should say.
too much. I had too much.
Pushing
shirt
the
on.
mic away.
Now, I still think he's got too much.
You know, here's a fun
Hey,
fact.
don't eat that.
That's actually the most expensive piece of clothing I own.
Really?
It's a bowling shirt.
This is probably... I knew it was a bowling shirt. I wasn't
Yeah.
going to say anything because usually when somebody's wearing a bowling shirt and I go, nice
Yeah.
bowling shirt, they go, oh,
Yeah.
like you don't know you're wearing a bowling
Well,
shirt.
like everyone thought that's like everyone thinks I wear it ironically, you know, because I'm just like a
You're a goofy guy.
a goofy guy.
But really, it's a good bowling shirt.
Really, I was just online and drunk, and I was like, "There's $60 right there."
What?
Yeah.
$60? I need to spend $60
Yeah.
for some reason.
Yeah, my mom's not too happy about that one.
You still live with your mom?
No.
Me neither. That was pretty cool. Do I talk too much, Nick? Nick? Yeah, fuck you, buddy.
Damn. You're in the hot seat.
I hope he watches this one.
Me too.
Just for that part right there.
I play bass. Jesse talks
Oh, I play bass.
Do you play bass?
I do play
Me neither.
I was swindled into being the bass player in my old band.
Swindle.
Yeah.
Hey, you know how you're good at guitar?
Yeah.
Oh, this guy's better.
Essentially. Well, what happened was that, hey, so we're already in a band, and you're good at guitar, but we need a bass player. I'm like, all right.
And
Yeah.
if you obviously everybody knows if you can play guitar, you can play bass.
Yeah, of
Whatever.
course.
Especially if you're in a 4-chord band.
Yeah.
Like any punk band ever.
Yeah. Think Les Claypool was just a good bass player? No, he
No.
slayed on guitar first
yeah.
and then picked it up all on bass. You know
And
what I'm saying?
obviously, Les Claypool, as good as he is, he's still a bassist. Like, if they got rid of him, it'd still be Primus. You know what I mean?
Just Primus without Les Claypool. You know, it's just like Hootie without the blowfish. You know what I mean? Whatever his real name is.
Oh, shit. What's his name? Don't do that to me, man.
Daryl-
Darius Rucker.
Darius,
Darius Rucker.
Want
Is
me
it
to
Can you
fact
imagine
check that?
be like, Les Claypool leaves and everybody's like, did he leave? Everybody's saying sounds the same.
Yeah,
I
is it-
understand.
No, Les Claypool. What? Who?
He's not even singing anymore. He's like, that still wasn't important because he had a bass in his hand. So I wanted this to be more of an interview, and it's exactly what I thought it was going to be because he's awesome. We're just having fun, you know?
Yeah, it's great.
I'm pretty sure this is going to go longer than an hour because I can't imagine not doing this right now.
Oh,
Shut up.
I can't wait till I replace you. You know?
I did sign
Yeah,
the
he's
contract.
funnier.
It's
I think
100%
you're
true.
out.
Yeah. Oh, Oh, because he does it professionally. He's fucking funny, huh?
There's that word again, professional.
Do you make money?
No, I've made money one time. No, I
You're
made
professional. You made it one time.
I
you're
made money
professional.
one time, and I had to sell out to do it. I did 20 minutes at a Dave and Buster's in North Hollywood, and I felt like such a sellout. I was doing comedy for a year.
People were like playing games like, who's this piece of
Yeah.
shit up on stage?
And they're
I'm
like-
not winning tokens off this guy.
They gave me. Actually, as a fun fact, is that they gave me $20 and $20 in the power play cards, and I was like, "Fuck yeah!" Like,
Let me explain this to you. If you
Free
touch my knee
stuff.
one more time, me and you are getting it on.
oh,
Okay, I'm very aroused.
I know. I'm sorry. I just have to. I'm just so very Bill Maher with
No,
this.
please
you
do.
know,
That's it. Come here, motherfucker.
because I love your mustache. I can't grow one. So
Who doesn't? You can't.
You have
it's a
one.
Good mustache.
I have one, but it's not one. If that makes sense. Yeah, it's very.
Get out of the mic. Let's see some mustache.
I was at a with my girlfriend at a Sephora, and whenever we're there, she takes me there. I have to like look at like the super like.
Did she put makeup on
magnified-
it?
Well, would you ever go to a Sephora without your girlfriend?
Yeah,
That's stupid. You're stupid.
for her. I mean, for her, I wouldn't be like for me, but like.
I have, but I was buying things for other people.
You know what I did today?
What?
I bought. My girlfriend just had a C-section, like
Mhm.
just now. Like
Mhm.
she just called me and said, "Hey, I just had a C-section." For no baby, she just wanted one. It was kind of cool.
Real quick.
You want to
she's-
see my scar?
She's wearing pads. I haven't put my dick inside of something other than my own hand in 3 weeks, and I have another 3 weeks to go.
Not even like a hot
so
pocket or
needless
anything.
to say, if any woman comes up to me,
Mm.
I think me and that person are very much in trouble.
I hope
Here's a
she
fun-
watches this.
Here's a fun fact. I actually have a C-section scar.
No way.
Yeah, when I was a kid, I had kidney surgery, and they had to go in because they're back here, but they had to deal with like the tubes from in
Yeah.
here, and I woke up and had a little C-section.
Very
so
cool. Yeah.
I have to tell people
Welcome to
that
motherhood.
I just tell people I'm like I'm
take care of the kidney.
I'm patient zero. I'm the first male. They call me the seahorse.
So I was at CVS today,
Mm.
and this is a build up to a punchline.
You don't tell people
Doing
that.
I'm
his
gonna
job.
tell you what everyone tells me. Or are you doing a bit right now? That's what
Is
everyone.
that a bit?
Yeah. Are you trying to do something? You trying to do something right now?
I was at CVS today.
How
and,
often do people say that?
My roommate every fucking day. Yeah. Fuck
Hey, I bought
you,
pizza.
Kendra.
It's a bit.
That's what we're
bit.
saying.
It's
Fuck
really
you to
good
everyone.
I was at CVS,
Uh-huh.
and I was buying pads because she's bleeding profusely.
Pretty
Pretty sure she's gonna die soon.
Great.
I'm free.
Mm.
And for some reason, a lot of people, you've always seen it. Shut up. You always seen it like, oh, I have to go buy feminine products
Uh-huh.
for my lady, and it's like demasculates me.
Uh-huh.
I went up and I bought them, and neither of us like even like, oh, you're
Noticed it.
buying pads. It's fucking weird, right? And
You-
then I think to myself, like, what if somebody thinks that I'm buying pads for myself and we're in 2018 and people are like,
Who would
that's just
think
what
that?
happens now.
Who would think that?
I thought it.
You know, in a way, I'm almost kind of offended. Like, I feel like if I was gonna do the chivalrous thing and buy my girlfriend pads, I'd want them to say something.
Yeah.
If they don't say something, I'm like, do you know what I'm doing
Excuse
right
me,
now?
I'm being an awesome boyfriend.
Him and I went to Walmart, and this lady helped us find the pads that he needed.
Oh, that's
They're always
sweet.
so nice with the pads, you know.
This episode's also brought to you by Walmart.
Yes,
Save money,
please
live
sponsor
better.
us. That
Oh,
one,
shit, we
sponsor
can't
us.
say
That's
that.
$1 trillion industry. Come on, man, we're worth it. We'll make you money. Who needs? Does Walmart need sponsorships? Like people don't know about.
If you have a
Walmart?
sponsorship from Walmart, that's amazing.
Like who doesn't know about Walmart?
Never heard of it.
I'm Walmart.
Walmart, what's this? Do I need to go? I should go.
You know, here's
okay?
a fun
Wait,
fact.
small towns with small businesses don't know about Walmart.
Or Los
yet.
Angeles. The whole time I was in Los Angeles, never went to a Walmart.
Yeah, but that
Fun
guy
fact.
that owns Walmart owns whatever California has to
Yeah.
the variation of Walmart.
Well,
right?
California hates Walmart.
They own all of Arkansas.
Yeah, they do all.
What is Fry's out there? Because
Uh,
over in the Midwest, it's like a Reynolds or something like
Ralph's.
that. Ralph's.
Yeah, it's
same,
Ralph's. There's a really famous one on Sunset. Hollywood Boulevard or Sunset, but it's called Rock and Roll Ralph's, and it's just like everyone always. I don't know. It's like everything in California has like a world historic like.
We sell rock and roll equipment and bread.
when I took my girlfriend there last week, we went to Universal, but I was just.
No fucking way, Tyler.
Did we just get rid of everything?
No, he never fucking started it.
No, it ran out.
I told you to. So all those things we said, we gotta say them again in the exact same time.
Yeah, don't fuck this up.
Fucking idiot.
Still rolling.
Thanks, dog. Thanks, dog.
This is why
We have no audio for it.
This is why we don't
Use
pay
the
you
camera
anything.
audio.
This is what we don't pay you for. Oh,
Should we even do it?
It just barely.
you still got your hand on the mic like you're ready to go.
I'm always ready to go, man.
Are you a singer too? You sing?
I do backup.
I could tell by the way you hold it.
Because I play guitar and also
Yeah.
do this.
Well, no, I mean like
No, I never.
Scratch
Because
on your
I
armpit?
always have a guitar. I'm a guitarist, so I'm the guitarist.
the guitar. First, yeah, let's get it straight. I'm
Yeah,
the
I'm
guitar.
the guitarist. But no, I've always had a guitar in my hand, so I'm never holding a mic.
You know, I would think you were a bass player. Because you look like Geddy Lee. Or not Geddy Lee. You look like what's his name? Geezer Butler from Black Sabbath. That's why I would think that.
I look like
Murderface.
Robert Plant.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
No, that's not true.
I have a friend back home that looks just like you. Oh, he's not my friend.
Or do I look like him? How old is he?
He's older. He's too cool to be my friend. His
I'm
name's Mike.
43. Shut the fuck up.
His name's Mikey McKernan. I'll have to show you, but it's
That is such a stage name.
yeah.
I think about stage names sometimes. Like Jesse Martinez is not a stage name.
It's a funny guy. I got a sticker on the back of my car.
Jesse Martinez?
No.
Wow, I blew up. I've never been
You
on
better
stage
quit it with these fucking quick whips, man. Who's the fucking comedy guy here?
Tyler asked me the other day because Tyler's a funny guy, but he's also very dry. He's more of a to the facts kind of.
You got to catch him on like that
Yeah.
real funny shit.
Yeah. But we were in the car the other day, and I come up with the quick whips real quick, right?
Yeah, yeah.
And it's just like, I know immediately what to say, and somebody's going to laugh.
Yeah.
And he goes, how do you do that? I go, how do you do what? He goes, how do you just come up with something on the spot like that? I was like, you know what comes into your head immediately? Just say that. Right?
Right.
It's just like,
Yeah.
I fed a cat today. Like, what, with your poop? It's not going to be funny.
No.
But
It's either
you
gonna
read the room.
Yeah,
you know?
it's either a critical 20 or a critical fail. You know, D&D style. You're either gonna fuck it up, or it's the funniest thing anyone's ever heard.
D&D. Roll 6. He's not funny. That was hilarious, but
Talking shit about D&D.
fuck you, dude.
I love D&D.
I'm like, wow.
I don't play well.
Me neither.
And now we are recording again.
The
What'd you
card.
do?
How long did that
The
stop?
card was full.
Oh,
Too much card, man.
Too much card.
How long was that going?
dude, I don't. You guys,
It wasn't stop for-
Fucking get out of my personal
We're just-
space.
I'm
I'm gonna
just gonna-
stop jacking off your knee.
Hey guys, this is Your Thoughts Podcast. I'm very comfortable.
It wasn't
Met
stopped
you.
for very long.
My manager was supposed to tell you I don't like being touched. My
Yeah,
manager.
fuck your manager. I fucked your manager, and now we have a contract where I can touch you all I want.
Well,
Contract.
you'll hear
That's
from
not in the contract.
You'll hear from my Warner
Why
Brothers
is that
manager.
not in the contract?
Do you have a Warner Brothers?
I, know, I don't have a Warner Brothers contract
Why are you not making money off of your comedy?
because I never tried to. I think I put myself down. Not put myself down. I don't want to get like sad or anything, but I think it's just like for me, it's just like I have 5 minutes and that's about it. Like, and I don't think anyone's gonna.
You've only ever done 5-minute sets?
No, the biggest the biggest set I ever did was I did 25 minutes at a mic in Santa Barbara, I think. And it was one of these things that they're doing because now in California you can be 21 and go to dispensaries. So they're kind of like doing the whole thing where it's like, oh, we're gonna smoke a bunch of weed and we're going to tell jokes and then they're gonna smoke more weed and then we're gonna try it again. So it's just like, yeah. But when I say I did 25 minutes, I really did like, you know what I mean? It's like so, like,
Am I?
you know what I mean?
That's
I can't handle
serious,
weed.
yeah.
I'm not a cool guy.
Yeah, he
And
said, and I quote, I'm quoting here.
Mm.
I don't remember.
Well, as I told
That was a
Tyler,
good quote.
I asked Tyler, I said, do you guys smoke or drink during the set? And he goes, oh, we'll have beers, but do you smoke? I was like, not when I'm talking.
That's what I was going to quote.
Yeah,
but I'm
no,
an idiot. So
I can't
forget.
focus. This would have been an awful podcast if I was stoned. So
I
podcast
cannot
now.
talk to you guys if I smoke.
no, yeah. Yeah, no, I
Straight
can't.
edge.
Well, I'm that
Straight
guy.
edge.
I'm that guy ever since high
got
school.
the
I've
X.
never evolved from the freshman who smokes weed for the first time. So I'm either gonna be like,
fucking
No.
neither,
I'm either gonna be
dude.
like, oh, you guys, I want to talk about this for 30 minutes, or I'm like, hey, you guys mad at me?
Please
Like,
don't talk
I
to me. I'm dying
Yeah,
right
did I-
now.
did
I'm
I
in
do
the
something
process of
wrong?
dying. Yeah, I
I-
never got past that stage either, man.
I'm just gone and like,
He doesn't fucking change because he's always this right here. Except for without the smiles so consistently.
I'm just
'cause we're funny
perma-fried.
guys.
Did I hear correct out there though? You're an avid acid muncher. Is
He
that true?
munches
Yeah?
more than he munches carpet.
Oh,
Boom!
This is where you put those cliche radio, bing, 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 you know.
we've got an applause button.
Yeah. So I can't do that either.
Not avid, but every couple of months.
Advantageous. we'll say.
Advantageous.
Yeah.
It's not
I'm
fun to me.
adventurous.
I did everything once. That was my thing when I graduated high
Everything?
school. Not everything.
That was
Do you
ketamine.
party?
I partied hard once, and that was about it. I did cocaine once on my 20th birthday. It was awful, and never did it again.
This isn't working. Best podcast we've had so far.
And I
not
thought
working
you
very
guys
well.
were professionals.
Yeah,
Semi-professional?
Semi, yeah. Will Ferrell's here.
Yeah.
Very
yeah.
fun.
He's in the
So,
background somewhere
okay,
with
here's
cowbell.
A question. Here's a question.
Yeah.
Wait, I know your favorite stand-up comedians.
Mhm.
Who are your favorite comedians that aren't in stand-up? Like, let's talk.
Oh
movies.
my
Let's
God!
talk
So
pornography.
we're gonna talk. You know, my little shout outs here. Favorite person of all time I've ever seen do comedy, and if he ever listens to it, I doubt he ever will. But his name is Chris, and his last name is escaping me right now.
Chris escaping me right now. That guy.
Is my buddy in LA, and he showed me all these cool spots. And
You call him your buddy. You don't even know his last
I
fucking
know,
name.
dude. Because
Shut the fuck up, Jay.
well, first of all, comedians aren't friends. Let me just say that number one. I think we're friends, but
Is that like the music scene? How musicians aren't really friends?
Dude,
Yeah.
we're talking shit about each other all the time. Seriously,
Yeah.
you've never been in the music scene. I've been in the music scene. Let me
Yeah.
tell you. Okay.
Yeah, you tell me.
Has been in the music scene.
not in like
I
the
know.
cool music scene. I did like Joe's Grotto, and like
We've done
the
we've never done
underground.
Joe's Grotto. Have we done?
We
I did
played
Club
both
Red
of-
one time.
Both those. We
did
played
too.
all three of
the
those
old one or the
places.
new one?
The old one.
Old one was fun.
Yeah.
Now it's a wedding shop.
Was
and
it
a
Red
bar.
Owl or was it Club Red Side?
I think it was Club Red.
That's
No,
a
it's
good
Club
stage.
Red. Yeah,
That
it
was
was-
a good
it was
stage.
Club
It was
Red.
the one on the right, right?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Right. Yeah, we've done that a couple of times, but we talk trash on other bands, and other bands talk trash on us.
Mhm.
I don't
That's
talk
just-
trash on other bands.
I
Speak
love
for
that
yourself.
I will. I'm going to, and I am.
Oh, okay.
Why am I not remembering Chris's last name? If his name probably couldn't even be Chris, it might not even be Chris. I don't know. He's not gonna. I feel bad actually. I want to
What a good
apologize real
friend.
quick. I told him I was gonna hang out with him in California, and I never did.
Are you gonna look? You can't look him
Oh.
up in the phone books. You know what I mean?
Well,
You know his fucking name.
I'm on a podcast, and I can't just look at my phone. You know what I mean?
You
Like
said that. Did I say that? Because I did.
now it's gonna kill me. I'm sorry. We got to real quick because I got to
I
shout
looked
him
up
out.
pornography about a
Hold
half
the
hour ago.
phone.
He's holding it.
Hold on. Now there's so much pressure.
Pressure. The pressure.
Wilmeth. There it is. Chris Wilmeth has one of the funniest LA comics that is just doing open mics. He's the best guy in the
You think
universe.
you'll get somewhere? What does it take to get somewhere?
Be funny.
Well, yeah, duh, no shit. It's like it takes playing guitar to be a musician, but it doesn't. It's who you fucking
What it
know.
takes to get somewhere is to be consistent. You have to be annoying with it.
You have to have your own style.
Another
too,
guy,
don't
another
you?
guy I'd like to mention. His name is Matt Price. He not only does he do comedy, he does like magic. He's like a
It's
comedy
like-
magician.
I love those. And
It's
they don't have enough
amazing,
of those
dude.
these
It
days,
blows
man.
my fucking mind. Like, and I'm such a fucking nerd. Like, I'm so into magic. You could do a card trick, I'm gonna like, oh, like I'm going crazy.
Titties flopping around
And all he
shit.
does, that's all he talks about. You know what I mean? And so I think to make it anywhere, especially when it comes to that, where you're consistently working for free, 7 days a week, 25 fucking hours a day, it's like you just have to just not give up.
I guess it makes sense because we
You have to have a passion for it.
Oh, absolutely.
We've been paid maybe a total of $200 in the past 7 years that we've
Yeah,
been a band.
but it's
no,
not
we
about.
haven't. Much less.
sure, you get the point. That's not a lot of fucking money.
But you
But we still
understand.
do it.
Because you understand it's not about that.
Yeah.
It'd be cool. It'd be great. But it's not. It's not about that.
It's the ideal.
yeah.
Idea. Don't do that. Don't
The-
do that.
Ideal?
But I mean,
Stop
I
it.
can list so many. I mean, I can list so many just people I met in California that were amazing. I mean, like Mikey McKiernan, Teresa Westbrook, another funny girl I met out there.
How
couples-
many large comedians just go and do open mics?
I've heard of it. It's a rare sighting.
I know
it's a
this.
unicorn sighting.
I know that Bill Burr does them for fun because he tries out material
Mhm.
before he goes on stage and
Yeah.
actually does like specials and stuff like
Well,
that.
you have like I'm actually really pissed because before like literally I think it was like the day or two I moved back. Tom Segura did the Ice House in Pasadena, and I was like, fuck, like I was there a lot. It's like that's dope.
I've heard of large comedians doing the Ice House.
Yeah, well, because it's still a big comedy venue, but they have a big like open mic scene. A lot of it's at the Comedy Store. I'm
Yeah,
sure you've
I've
heard of
heard-
that.
I've definitely heard of the
I've
Comedy
seen
Store.
Special
so
there, the
many
Comedy
people. If
Store
you
is
go on
good.
my Instagram right now, I have a picture that was actually not my idea with Pauly Shore. It was not my idea.
Is Pauly Shore doing stand up?
Yeah.
He shouldn't. that's my professional
his
opinion.
mom. I don't know if you knew this, but his mom owned the Comedy Store.
That
and
is
she-
fucking weird.
And she just passed away, R.I.P. And I don't think he owns it. I think there's like something or other, but yeah, he does it. And he's a cool guy. But like, yeah, I was just a really quick story. But I was waiting for my mic to finish, and I went to go get a drink, and I saw the guy that plays Ashy Larry on the Chappelle Show. I don't know his
shit,
name.
no way.
Funny guy. I went to go talk to him, and like I swear to God, I'm walking over, and fucking Pauly Shore just right in front of me. He's like, "What's going on, brother?" I'm like, "Oh, hey, what's up, Paul?" He's like, "You want to take a picture with me?" I was like,
That's how washed up Pauly
No.
Shore is. He's like, somebody take a picture with me. I
and
need it.
I was like, "Yeah." Yeah, and so now, so if you look on my Instagram and you see that, it's definitely not a wanted picture,
is
but
it
I have a
like-
picture with Pauly Shore.
Hey, check out this picture. Who's that? I don't fucking know. He wanted a picture, and I took it with him. He thinks I'm famous or something.
So-
I think he's famous.
He's famous. He's famous. It's
He's
weird.
famous. Like, why would I say that and not know the name of the person?
I actually don't know who Pauly Shore is.
Really? Have you ever seen like Biodome?
Nope.
Oh,
Have you
the
ever
one.
seen
the
Encino
one-
Man?
Nope.
The
Okay,
one
okay.
where
Last one. Have you ever seen an extremely goofy movie? Or an incredibly goofy movie? Come on, dude.
You've
I'm
never
not
seen any of the
sure.
Goofy movies?
I've seen one of
We're
them.
the
I'm not
same
sure
age.
which one.
Okay.
Pauly Shore is the.
He's the what's up?
he jerks off in that one.
He's the guy. You're not gonna know. Do you watch Workaholics?
Yes.
Okay, have you seen the episode where they do like the Wolf of Wall Street thing with Dane Cook?
No.
Oh my god, dude, you're
He
killing
doesn't
me.
know
After
who the
this
fuck Pauly
podcast,
Shore
we're
is.
watching everything.
Show him a picture of Pauly Shore right now, please.
I will later.
Okay.
I will, but you gotta know.
We're gonna watch everything Pauly Shore tonight.
but I
I'm just
never
gonna
met.
throw a picture of Pauly Shore into the podcast.
Yeah, Pauly Shore, ladies and gentlemen. But I
Pauly
never,
Shore.
I didn't meet like a. What I thought you were gonna ask was like, have you ever met like any? I haven't met a lot of famous comedians. I've
Tom
seen them.
Segura. Yeah, the fact that you met him a couple of times is pretty good.
I've met him once. I've seen him multiple times,
Okay.
but I've met him once. The coolest run-in I ever met in my life, and I'll stop talking about it, is I was taking a piss at the Comedy Store, and who sits right next to me? Not sits, you don't sit.
How am I supposed to know that?
Who squats right next to me is Dave Chappelle.
Oh.
Yeah.
Was he
I was
bald?
like, and I didn't want to say anything. I was so afraid. I was like so intimidated by fucking Dave Chappelle, and I was just like,
Dave Chappelle on stage and off stage, I feel like are two different people.
Oh,
I
he's the
feel
greatest
like he's
guy
a
on the
very
planet.
serious dude.
he is a serious dude, but from anyone I've ever met who's ever met him, they're like, dude, he's the greatest guy. Like that guy will sit down with
You ever
you.
seen comedies getting coffee in cars or whatever?
Yeah.
Comedians in cars getting coffee.
Yeah.
getting coffee.
So
I've seen
Dave
it.
Chappelle, there's this cool little trifecta thing where Amy Palmer, Louis C.K.,
Amy Palmer. Amy Poehler?
Poehler. Did I say
Okay, I was
Palmer?
like, who's Palmer?
Amy
the
Poehler,
T?
Amy Poehler, Louis C.K., and Chris Rock.
Mm-hmm.
Chris Rock, they were all on it, but separately.
Mm-hmm.
And Chris Rock did this thing with Louis C.K. and Amy Palmer.
Mm-hmm.
And he gave them Rolexes. And in
What?
separate ones, it's like Chris Rock talked about giving them Rolexes.
Uh-huh.
Like 2 seasons in, Amy Poehler's there. He's talking about how she's talking about how Chris Rock gave her a Rolex.
Yeah.
And then like 2 seasons next, there's Louis C.K. talking about how Chris Rock. So it was just that whole fucking show is really fucking cool.
Yeah.
And that's it. That's all I wanted to say. About
Well, I think what's really cool is that Netflix is doing a lot of work to make comedy a more known thing. I mean, in the last few years alone, I mean, I'm sure you guys have seen it's just like stand-up specials,
Right.
and it's amazing to me. Like, I think that's so cool because there was a hiatus where no one really gave a shit because there was really just, TV shows. You had like your awful Mind of Mencias.
I watched
had, like,
a-
your-
30 minutes on Comedy Central.
you had your Comedy Central Presents, but it's like now they're and I don't want to say like, oh, everyone's getting one, but the people who do deserve it, and it's and that's how my little like my little brother, I show him within reason because my mom will get all mad, but like I show him stuff, he's got like favorites, you know what I mean? Like that's so dope, like
Comedy is definitely like stand-up comedy has gotten huge in maybe the last like 5 years.
Well, that's great because it's a great way to escape a lot of shitty life.
Yeah.
You have a shitty day at work, then that's why I do it. If I have a bad day at work, argue with my parents, it's like I'm just gonna go do a 5-minute set, and it might not be amazing, but I'm like, whew,
It's
like
gonna
I got
sound
it.
kind of shitty, but I can't watch a stand-up comedian who doesn't fucking hate himself. There's something so raw about somebody who just gets on and is like, I'm funny and I fucking hate
You
my life.
think?
I don't know why. I hate myself for liking that, but I fucking love it. Louis C.K.
Mhm.
Oh, I'm sorry. Maybe not even Louis C.K. Yeah, he hates himself a lot. He
Oh.
talks about it a lot. He
Yeah.
fucking hates himself.
Yeah, but I mean, you look
he
at-
doesn't hate himself though. That's the best
Yeah.
part. He sells hating himself so well.
Uh-huh.
And then if you meet him and he's like the best, nicest guy, and he's like,
Well,
I love life. You're like, how?
I don't know. I heard that he's kind of like how he is on stage. He's kind of like, you don't talk to me. I don't know. I've heard of that. But like, you don't like what about like Kevin Hart? Like, you don't like Kevin Hart?
I love Kevin Hart. I really
That
do.
dude is amazing. I don't know if you know what he's been doing outside of comedy, but that guy's got like his own deal with Nike.
Oh, dude,
he's like
he's
Mr.
loaded.
Fitness.
He's the only loaded comedian that I know.
I think what it comes down to is if you're funny. I don't care how you feel about yourself as long as you're funny.
Well, I
and
can't
I'm not gonna do the thing that a lot of people say, like where it's like, oh, like this person sucks or they steal jokes. Like I'm not here to like talk about that. But it's like if I think you're genuinely a funny person, awesome. Like fucking talk to me all day. Like that's why I love the Joe Rogan podcast. It's like whenever he has like, even when he's got like some physicist on, which I
Yeah.
don't even care about, but he makes it amazing.
I do.
I know. Yeah, see, you look like the kind of guy that's into that kind of stuff.
Yeah, he likes Joe Rogan from separate from his comedy stuff because he's really ideology.
Well, I really like Joe Rogan's comedy as well.
His stand-up is phenomenal, and I have not met a single person that goes, "I really like Joe Rogan."
I'm waiting for his new,
don't like Joe
new
Rogan
special.
Yeah, I don't know anybody who does.
Yeah.
Because they've always known Joe Rogan to be the face of UFC
Yeah.
and his podcast.
Or Fear Factor.
Or Fear
Or
Factory.
Fear Factory. Or the
Fear
new
Factor, not the
he's
band
on
Fear
it again.
Factory.
Is that a band?
Yes.
See,
That is a band.
Minor, whenever he has like Joey Diaz on, like Joey Diaz, I guess if I could change my answer, would be my number one comedian of all time right now. Is the funniest fucker because the
Can
way
I guess?
Huh?
Can I guess who it is?
It's Joey Diaz. I just said. Oh, fucking shut up. But I mean, whenever those two talk, it's like I swear to God, I've almost gotten in car accidents from how fucking hard. It's the way, like, I don't know, man. I think what it's all about, like, there's nothing evil behind it. That's why I love it. It's like I'm just here to make you laugh.
They're
You know?
jokes. Half of the shit that they say, like Louis C.K. about his parents,
Yeah.
or not his parents, his daughters.
Yeah.
He loves his daughters. Of course, he loves his daughters. And he says that he loves his daughters, but then the stories that he tells, I can't even imagine that half of them are even true because he's really good at making up stories that are
Oh
believable.
yeah, and that's the goal. Is if you're a good storyteller, I mean, you know that's why comedians like Ari Shaffir and Tom Segura, like they're so amazing. It's because they could just fucking tell a story, and everyone's gonna listen to it because it's just like there is no you had to have been there for it to be funny.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
No, you say something like my friends at work, because I work in the kitchen, I'm constantly with them side by side, and we all like stand-up comedians and stuff like that. Especially me and my buddy really like Tom Segura, so we'll do the bit about where he watched that one show. Why am I doing this? Watched that one show, and there was like 300 people. He watched every single episode. God damn it! I can't. Fucking think of it. You know
this
what
is
I'm talking about?
the Scared Straight.
Yeah, the
show?
Scared Straight
Yeah,
program. And we talk about that all the time. We just come up with random fucking shit that he said, and I'm not going to say any of them. But and then I lost my train of thought.
Just inside jokes.
Yeah, inside jokes.
Because of them, you have inside jokes. Yeah,
And I don't even have to like. And then people come in, they're like, "Oh, that's fucking funny. Where'd you get
Yeah.
that?" You don't have to be like, you got to watch Tom Segura to understand that, because Tom Segura is just fucking funny.
oh my goodness! But let me tell you, nothing sweeter than talking to just some random Joe Schmo who like is the funny guy at the office. I'm not going to call anyone out or where I work, but I was at the office. I had to stay at the office one night, and this guy's like telling this other guy a bit, and like out of nowhere, just from the love of the sport, I look at him, I was like, "That's a Bill Burr joke." He's like, "Oh no, that happened to me." I was like, "No, it didn't. That's a Bill Burr joke." You know what I mean? It's
What was
like,
the joke? Do you remember it?
no, I don't.
God
remember.
damn it.
It's something. No, I knew it was a Bill Burr joke because how he does like that thing with his voice where he gets all high pitched.
Oh, you know?
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
like
how
a-
he was
yeah.
talking. I'm like, dude, can you at least make
It's
it your own
ridiculous.
a little bit?
That's
You know?
his best line. It's ridiculous.
Yeah.
Oh, you know? Yeah.
Yeah, and I was just like, I think people who look, I'm not saying you have to be like, oh my god, I heard this really funny Ari Shaffir joke, but if you say something, be like, oh yeah, Ari Shaffir said that.
Yeah, don't pretend like you're that funny.
There's
you
a
know?
lot of people
Or
who
that
still
it's
try
your
to steal
joke.
jokes, and
The Mencia, what's his first name?
Carlos
Mencia. And the Joe Rogan, where Joe Rogan
Oh,
went
it's
up on
amazing.
stage. You remember that?
Yeah.
You see that? You
Well,
didn't see that.
I'm
I have
talking
not.
even more like as an open micer. I mean, I've gone to multiple open mics, during the night, and it's like I just heard some other guy say that. You know what I mean? It's just like
Yeah.
you're copying another open micer. You know what I mean?
That's lowbrow as fuck.
Are you a Tool fan?
I am.
You definitely are a Tool fan. I'm just analyzing you over here. I'm like, you look like one. That's dope.
He's a
Me
Tool and a Tool fan.
Yeah.
As soon as
I'm a
you said
Tool fan.
ideologically, I'm just like, oh, that's a Tool fan right there. That's a Maynard lover if I ever seen one right there. How do you feel about that? How do you feel about the allegations with him and the minor?
I haven't heard anything.
You haven't?
Yo,
No.
he raped a minor?
No.
Whoa!
No, it's just I'm not gonna get on my soapbox here, but yeah, he's into some hot shit too, and it's just like
I can fact check it.
What is it? Tell us the story.
Well, I don't even know the whole story. What it is it's just there's been a lot of women and men have been stepping up. Like this is what happened, and it sucks because some of these people I'm like, oh yeah, fuck that dude. Like like Bill Cosby, I believe it 100%. That guy's insane in the membrane. You know what I mean? Like he's insane. But with Maynard, it's like, but I like him. Like I hope you know what I mean. I hope it's not true. I love Louis C.K., but that was.
I hate bringing up Louis C.K. so much. He is my favorite comedian, and he's not my only reference, but I watch him more than anybody else, so
Right.
he's a lot of my reference. When
He's
that
your son's
happens, he is my son's name. You understand the love. I have
Yeah.
a shrine. I jerk off to it.
Beautiful.
He's a great bald man.
Maynard James Keenan's response is, many thanks to those of you who saw right through this despicable false claim that only does damage to the Me Too movement. I'm not sure
Ooh.
what the claim.
What he was saying was
claim
that girl's a
says-
liar. is what she's was what
An
he said.
anonymous fan claims she was raped by the rocker while aboard a tour bus in 2000.
I think Maynard was super high on acid and mushrooms, and he thought she was a unicorn and tried to ride her. Is what I think
Maynard
happened.
worth it though? You know, like a lot of people are going for money for suing for. Like,
Well, why did the person
personal-
remain anonymous?
I don't know, dude. Then that's the thing is like, you know, you want to believe, like I want to believe any serious case. I will never
Yeah.
be the person that just
Well,
I
it's
will
not,
never.
It's not something. All jokes aside, it's not something that you joke about like that.
No, it's not. And you know, it's again, I will never say, oh yeah, he totally did. But at
Yeah.
the same time, I'm not going to say, oh, I believe you. You know, I
Right.
want to hear, you know, what has to happen.
Gotta
I
have
think,
facts, man.
and the cold
There's
hard
multiple
truth,
sides to stories.
yeah, of course, and the cold hard truth is that you have people who have been. There's enough evidence to prove that it's happened, like I just was mentioning, like Bill Cosby. But at some time, it's like the sad truth is some people just lie.
Yeah.
And like he said, it gives that movement a bad name because I support that movement, and it's like you should stand up if people do that. And you know, why would you besmirch that movement by trying to get some money?
Yeah.
And from Tool,
like,
you know
is
what I mean?
Maynard
And
worth that
Maynard.
much money? Even
Oh, I think so.
You
I
think
mean,
so?
fuck, he's got 19 different side bands.
true, and he's very famous. For
What
all those
upsets me, I
bands.
just have a
Plus, he's
little.
got like a vineyard and a restaurant.
Yeah, like, the guy's weird. Like I'm gonna put on record right now.
Did he or does he have cancer?
No,
I heard somewhere that he
I-
totally did.
I don't think so. I think he needs to stop making music for Pussifer and start
He
making
needs to stop
Tool.
being. Yeah, no
I think
more
he should have never
Pussifer.
named a band Pussifer.
Well, I think I love the name, but I don't like
the
But I
name.
don't like the band behind the name. I really
What's
don't.
the other one? I liked Perfect Circle.
Perfect Circle.
I
Tool
love.
said that they're going to come out with an album. Maynard said that Tool is going to come out with an album
What
in
did they take, like
2019.
10 years to write an album
don't
or something?
know,
That's like
dude.
their quota.
He said he's waiting on them to finish writing.
I
don't
wrote
know,
all my
dude.
stuff. What are you guys doing?
My theory now is that they're
I
so
think it's
old.
probably
Is that they,
likely.
I think they keep trying to take as much acid as they did in like the early 2000s, and they get so fucked up, and they're like, all right, we'll do this tomorrow. I'm like busy talking to Buddha right now. You know, like
They're not hyper acid takers now. They're just Lalo.
Do you think that's a writing process?
absolutely. If you, dude, I remember I was such a Tool junkie when I was in high school. Like when I finally started listening to like good music, and I would analyze all, and I would tell my mom like 10,000 days.
I actually did not like Tool until I was in
Really?
college.
Oh my god, I loved them so much, man, and like because
I
because
still
they're
don't like Tool.
what, really.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
He doesn't.
my favorite.
I like what they do. I like because they're not just a crazy weird 4/4 band. You know.
Oh, I know. They're 17-2.
Yeah,
and
it's fucking crazy. The drummer has a fucking master's degree in music.
yeah.
That's insane.
Yeah.
He's a literal master at the drums.
Yeah.
And music in general.
No,
I 100% appreciate them, but I don't like the sound that they produce.
no, it's just when I started, you know, taking or smoking weed, and like the time when I did do mushroom stuff. Like it's like if you play this song backwards, and it has a subliminal message, and lateralis is about the mathematical number sequence, like that would just blow my mind. And so like I've always just been so into them. I'm into really. I like bands that make you think. That's why I'm like my favorite bands are Tool and Primus and Genesis and Rush, and it's
Yeah.
just like bands that had such awesome. And I mean, I love today's music too. Don't get me wrong, but like especially when I'm like drunk or
I
I'm
don't.
vibing. Really?
I cannot stand today's
Oh,
music.
I love-
like,
I love
here's-
it all.
Here's an example.
It depends.
I really, really,
Here we
really
go.
like Foo Fighter back in the 90s.
Uh-huh.
I think everybody kind of did. And even some of their earlier stuff.
don't
in,
like their
the
new
early
album.
2000s.
Mm.
And then I hate when this happens. I'm an atheist.
Mhm.
I've always been an atheist. Not
Well,
always.
we're done here. I'm just kidding.
Yeah. I haven't gotten that reaction yet.
Yeah.
I always liked the Foo Fighters. I like music because they keep religion out of it.
Yeah.
You know, Relient K growing up, they were okay, but then I found out that they were a Christian rock band.
Mhm.
You just
Jimmy
found out?
World. Yeah, I mean, sometimes
It
somebody
wasn't
was
clear?
like, "Oh, they're Christian rock." Oh,
Sadie
what?
Hawkins.
I got it. I get
Flyleaf,
it.
yeah,
Flyleaf. Jimmy
Demon Head.
World. They're Mormons.
Mhm.
I like their music. I still listen to them, but I can't anymore because all of the subliminal messaging that I know is there just fucking
Yeah.
wigs me out.
You think that really like that affects you enough? Like
Do you
I'm
listen
not.
to Christian rock in your car?
No, I'm not.
Right.
But like, okay, but like, I guess like, okay, like
Brand-
I'm not a Satanist. I don't really. I'm like with you. I think I'm more like I go more towards agnostic. What it really
Sure.
comes down to is when I die, I hope it's not the end. That's all I really
Really?
think.
Yeah. All you
And
can do is hope.
you know, I
man.
listen to Ghost BC, and it's just like the music's dope, but I'm not over here just like really in my head like, yeah, hail Satan, you know. So it's like I never really got, I guess that vibe.
I still don't have that either. You know, as an
Yeah.
atheist, I don't believe in anything. I
Right.
don't believe in Satan. I don't believe in God. But My point is,
But-
I still listen. I love The Middle and I love Sweetness by Jimmy Eat World, and their religious views aren't going to stop me from liking them.
Mm-hmm.
But they have stopped me from going further into the future because, like, The Used, I really liked The Used a lot.
Yeah.
And then this motherfucker over here was like, oh, they have a lot of Christian subliminality. And
Well,
Not the
It's like,
used.
God, I'm not The Used. I'm sorry. Brand New.
Yeah, brand new.
And then I was like, well, God fucking damn it. I don't know why it
Yeah,
turns
but-
me off so bad.
The vocalist Jesse Lacey, I think he went to Catholic school or something, so a lot of it is from just growing up and reading the Bible and
And
stuff.
I know why. If I was so scared that a higher being was gonna be viewing me all the time, I'd be like, yeah, I'll sing about you. I don't want to fucking go to hell.
Well,
you know,
I
but-
think that's everyone's mentality. Is like if someone came down and was like, I watch all of you, dude, my life would change instantly.
I'd be like, well, this is never coming out.
Yeah,
again.
never again. Yep, you know what I mean? And you guys had great answers. I was saying like how I have a guilty pleasure for like Maroon 5. You got into
I like
like
Maroon 5.
atheism, and I was like, oh shit.
Yeah, I like to think of my music really, really deep.
Yeah.
So I listen to music not because it sounds good, which is why I don't like rap too much. Like I like Biggie Smalls because his message was be fucking hard.
Right.
But he didn't pretend to be anything else. He was
Right.
like be fucking hard, and he was, and he lived up to the name.
I love it all.
You know?
I it depends on how I'm feeling during the day, but I mean, I got a playlist for everything. I just love music. Music was the coolest thing to me, and still is
Do you
the
like
coolest
EDM?
thing.
Do you like anything?
I love it all, dude. I'll go to it. Like if someone's like, no, let me make this clear. I'll go to it if I'm not paying for it. It's the same way how I feel about
You didn't
baseball.
make that very clear. Can we
Okay,
make that
like
a little-
I'm a hardcore football fan. I'm a diehard
Yeah.
football fan.
Really?
I don't give a shit about any other sport,
No.
but I like sports. So if you were like, hey, I got 2 tickets to a baseball game, sure,
Cool.
let's go.
I'm the same way.
Like I
Yeah.
would never go to EDC on my own dime. But if someone was like, hey, I got this extra ticket and I could give it to
Our
you,
former drummer did.
that's cool.
That's why he's not a drummer anymore.
I would go for the drugs and the partying and the 3 days of not sleeping. And
I think that's why he went.
yeah, it's the experience. You know what I mean? I'd go to if it was free, I'd go to a country show. It doesn't matter to me. I'm just like, whatever. You
Still
know?
like country.
I've been to Country Thunder.
I went to
Nah.
I went to 2 desert raves. Quick
Okay.
story. I always was like, I fucking hate raves. I'll never go to a rave. And somebody was like, I had 2 roommates who raved a lot. I didn't rave. I went to shows. Very different.
Right.
And they came into me one day and they were like, we're going to a desert rave on the east side, between Globe and whatever. They were like, you want to come? I was like, absolutely not. I'm not going to that. I was like, we'll pay for you.
Yeah.
I'll fucking go. Right?
Right.
I had nothing to do. It's in the desert, a big bonfire. They said. I was like, I'm stoked. So I go to find out that it's literally just really fucked up people sitting around a fire listening to very loud, annoying music.
Yeah,
I
just-
went twice because I didn't believe it the first time. I was
Yeah.
like, it cannot be that every time. It's that every fucking time because it's not. There's not a. It's not a venue. There's not a person regulating everything.
Yeah.
It's people who are like, let's get together, do some fucking drugs, sit behind a fire, and listen to music.
Right.
So they can do that. That's it every single time you go to a desert rave. And I don't do drugs. So it was just me going, wow, you guys look fucking out of it.
Right.
And this
Well,
fire
I'm
is
out of
warm.
here. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I was there till morning time. Both times.
that
Because,
sounds terrible.
well, I didn't have my car. It was like somebody else
Yeah.
driving. And I was like, well, they're fucked up. And now I'm here. Sleeping under the stars was nice.
No, man. I'll go to it. I'll go to whatever. Like I said, I'll just pay for certain ones. But I mean, if you want me for the company, yeah, dude, I'll go. Or if there's like a free, like I used to go to the Tempe Music Fest all the time with my mom when I was a kid, and like yeah, that stuff's cool and all. Like I don't really hate on music. I hate when people hate on people who hate me or like on music. You know what I mean? It's like
I
why?
agree.
Like, don't you got other things to do? It's just like
No.
People like this. Get over it.
yeah. Oh my
Nickelback.
God. Like,
Nickelback's
you know,
a good band.
There's a reason that 4 million people listen to this one
Right.
specific band.
It's just I've seen Facebook wars. You know, it's just
Yeah.
like, oh my God, I can't believe you listened to them. And it's just like, dude, what else could you have done instead of just, huh?
Hey, I think that's going to,
yeah.
yeah.
Oh man, have we been talking
I
for like
know,
9
dude.
hours?
Seriously. We do these for about an hour. Just to let you know. Viewers know. They've been.
Okay, I mean, I
Yeah,
hope I'm not
yeah.
like.
No, this
Oh.
is why. This is why. Because we start
Oh.
malfunctioning out of it. Hey, I think we're going to wrap it up here now.
Yeah.
This
Yeah,
guy.
let's do your plug.
Oh,
Plug in.
my plugs. Okay, so real quick, I'm gonna have to go back to the phone here. Like I said,
Not the ones in your ears.
Thanks, mom.
That's the witty shit that I'm talking about.
Your mom
uh,
knows
yeah,
what
yeah.
those are.
Can always catch me doing shows at Toso's on, like I said, on the 17 in Union Hills. Look up. His name is Bobby Johnson. He has an entertainment name called Mellow B Entertainment. This coming up August 10th, this Friday, we have a show at Toso's. We got another one coming up here. It looks like at the Sidekick Saloon on August 31st. Couple bucks. get a couple drinks, bring some friends. It's always a great show. The guys never let me down, ever. I have no problem talking shit for bad comedy. Never puts a bad guy up. So if you're ever in the North Valley, and you want a couple yucks, go on down to Toso's. I know every Thursday they do they're trying to do an open mic, and I know most Fridays they have a venue. But yeah, look them up. Mellow B Entertainment on Facebook. You can look me up. Jacob Santoro on Instagram. Jacob Santoro Comedy. Pretty funny. And yeah, come see me.
That was the longest
Right
plug
on.
I ever heard in my entire life.
Yo, fuck you, man.
I'll never
told
have
me.
you back here again.
If you had a website, it'd be.
I know, but I don't do enough work, man. I don't even feel. I feel dirty even giving that plug.
All right, I have one plug. Nick, fuck you. Just all right. I'm out. All right, that was it for Your Thoughts Podcast. Thank you, Jay, for doing the thing that you do, which is being black and beautiful.
Yeah.
Thank you, Tyler, for doing this with me every day. Thank you, Jacob, for
Yeah,
whatever.
thanks for having
I'm
me.
not quite sure what you just did. All right, thank
He
you
just
guys.
spoke
Have
beautifully.
a good, whatever time it is.
Bye bye.
That concludes Your Thoughts Podcast.
Woo!